Welcome to the Deadbeat Studios YouTube channel. My name is Rob, and this video is to tell you a bit about what to expect out of us as a channel. We film paint tutorials, gameplay videos, battle reports for games like Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40K, or whatever miniatures game that we are going to film for. We'll occasionally do like games of Commander. We'll have people, friends of mine, come on and like feature a commander deck. Maybe we'll have some fun themes with that. Like one night everyone picks like something from their favorite Universes Beyond thing and play that. Occasionally we're gonna have a podcast on here called the Screw Loose Podcast with my co-host Greg. For any of you that watched my old podcast from when I was doing Twitch streams, you'll kind of remember Greg. Um, the other podcast that we're going to have is for a friend of mine, Cole, where we specifically talk about tabletop gaming and RPGs. Um, but so that's some of the content you can expect to see on this channel, and what we're about as a channel. Now, a bit about myself as a gamer and a hobbyist. I've been playing tabletop games ever since I was about 7 years old. And one of the first card games I actually learned to play was, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! I collected Pokemon, but back then most people didn't actually know how to play, at least amongst the playground. I mean, sure, there were the kids that were actually going to events and learning and playing the game, but a lot of us just liked the cards, loved the video game, loved the show. But essentially, though, one of the first card games I learned to play was Yu-Gi-Oh! Um, and I would go on to play a lot of like other various tabletop games. Uh, However, when I got into miniature wargaming and painting and just the hobby in general, I was about 16 years old when my mom got me my first Warhammer army. She got me the Battle for Skull Pass that had goblins and orcs, or goblins and dwarves, and my first army was the dwarves. After a while of being out of the hobby, I was able to finally kind of swing back into it, and well, you know, so now I play in Age of Sigmar. I play the Fire Slayers and the Stormcast Eternals. Love those guys. But for 40k, I mostly play the Blood Angels with some support with the Dark Angels. Like I do like both of those armies, which I later I'm gonna do videos on my armies and what all I have in all of those. I also have like stuff for Star Wars Legion that we'll touch on later. Um, but yeah, basically though, for 40k, I play Blood Angels and Dark Angels. Now, I do play a whole host of other miniature games. Some of them are Games Workshop, some of them are not Games Workshop, that they are third-party companies, or they are their own companies trying to build up their build their company up, or are established and got into miniature wargaming with little plastic soldiers rather than ships. But so, for instance, I do love the game of Blood Bowl. I have loved that game for a long time, and I am so happy that I finally got my hands on Blood Bowl. I also love the grimdark miniatures game of Forbidden Psalm, and its cyberpunk counterpart, Kill Sample Process. And the thing that I love about both of those games is the amount of creativity you can put into your miniatures for your little war bands, or you can go as like just with the kits that you have, or just don't even worry about buying new stuff. But that's the beauty of the game. It's miniatures agnostic. Really love those kinds of games. You um, and just building your little bands of misfits and unfortunates. Um, so there is that. I also, a game I want to play on the channel eventually, like just I really want to play on the channel, is Oathmark, because before we got the old world back for Games Workshop and playing Warhammer, there was a company, North Star Miniatures, that created Oathmark, and it fits that fantasy niche that I prefer to have, of just rank and file miniatures. And so basically, I'm kind of hoping to play a wide variety of these kinds of games on here, not just the big names, you know. And so, that's my journey as a hobbyist over the years, is just a very abridged one. We'll actually do a video where I talk in depth about my journey as a tabletop, enthusiast. Now, to kind of give you guys a heads up on the next video, though, the next couple of videos I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to say what it has to do with specifically, but the hint is rats are very much apparent in this video. They're going to be essentially the sole focus of the video. But, there's that. Um, and then, after that, there's going to be a video segment that I'm going to, like a segment series, or a series I'm going to do segments of, called Will It Army, where I take boxes from Warhammer's past that you can still buy today, that were released in previous editions, like army sets and battle forces. And if you can still buy those, I will go over what the box comes with. Can you get to the bare minimum of playing a game of Warhammer or whatever game you're getting into with the contents of that box, and upgrade paths that you might think about getting into to get closer to that, that full army status. You know. So there is that, and that's a TikTok series that I started a little bit. But uh, we'll get into that later. And then, so down the line, I've got a couple of like videos I'm gonna focus on. Um, past that point, um, as far as Deadbeat Studios goes, we're not just like, we have the YouTube channel portion of that for Deadbeat Studios, but that's not the only like thing that Deadbeat Studios is. It's also a little bit of a paint commission company. I do paint commissions, which soon I will um, put on some of the work I've done for a paint commission, and occasionally do a video of me painting that commission. Occasional paint commission videos to show you some of my process steps, and what I can actually do uh, for that. Um, you know, but for now, like my hope though is that I can put out quality content onto YouTube that keeps your interest and keeps you coming back to watch more of what I do, so that I can, attempt to keep this thing going. That is my hope, and if I accomplish that goal, fantastic. But for now, you know, this little tidbit of a video is about where I'm gonna have to, leave this video and then immediately start getting to filming my next video. So I hope to see you in that video soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.